The following podcast is a production focused on storytelling, exploring new TTRPG systems and their supplements. This podcast is not sponsored by any of the systems or their owners and is meant to be a fun, interactive book club. Respective credits for songs, sound effects, and resources are listed within the description or details. And with that, please enjoy, adventurer.
Corpse walk. Might be
Corpse
something
walk.
on the motor
Corpse
pigs.
walk? Really?
Yeah.
Well, we have 3 bacons and 1 normal dead thing here.
What is on it? Is
What's
there
on the
anything on
bag?
it?
I would say that you could get a boar's tusk.
Ooh.
Oh, who can carry a
Ooh.
boar's tusk? Who has not 4 items?
I should have some room. I've got the sword of life. I've got the skate key. I've got the smoking pipe.
You got worn. So the location it says here is worn in a satchel on the belt or carried in his or her hand. So belt items in combat at any time, but satchel items take 1d6 rounds to find.
I guess I thought you could only carry 4 items total.
That's what I'm curious on. So this is the steady course we
There
go
we
through
go.
from learning the game. All of PC items must have recorded. So the player sheet only has 4 slots for items.
Yeah.
Which makes me go based off the way they're phrasing it, worn in a satchel, belt, or carried, which would be 4 locations. So, which is weird though, because then that means, I don't know, because I think you only get 4. I think you just only get 4 based off of this.
Yeah, that
just
makes
4
sense to me.
items. Okay,
So I have room. I have room, and I think Rad has room.
Mhm.
You want to hold on to the board tusk? I've got
Sure.
3 slots.
Sure, I can hold on to the boar's tusk and put it in my satchel.
Let's check out that room. Now that we've made a stellar entrance,
All right.
that was pretty rad.
Yeah.
I'm just over there high-fiving nobody.
So 5.
Opening the door, whoever's opening it, you are met with the sight of a placard, like a plate that's kind of embedded into the wall that states in fine lettering, actually, in gold embossed lettering, Sticky Green Fingers LLC.
Yeah.
There's actually a soft bit of music playing, actually, with several couches and chairs in the area in the immediate vicinity and a small ficus off to the side. In a distance, you hear a number of conversations.
Like an office. It seems like maybe. Okay, just walking through.
Yeah, I mean,
Entering further into Sticky Fingers LLC, or Sticky Green Fingers LLC, you come across a series of cubicles. In each respective cubicle, there is a goblin with a sending stone attached to their head, and they are just sitting in their chairs tapping pencils as they continue to speak aloud in various other languages. Goblin, human, elven, and other respective phrases, as some of them are going through phrases like, well, you could upgrade your respective plan if you go through the L3, or you could get this, and they're all saying different respective jargon associated with that of what would probably be a call center. Or a sending
Customer
stone
service.
center.
Some fancy customer service here. Let's.
With them dressed in black suit with a red tie.
Are they kind of like wearing business casual goblins?
They're
or-
all wearing business casual. Some are wearing,
Yes. Okay.
they're all wearing like white button-ups with red ties, black ties, rolled up sleeves, khakis. Some of them black slacks. Some of them are dressed in business formal a little bit, but nothing too super fancy. But they're all dressed in business.
I know this is kind of far off because Bob said he hadn't passed the mug yet, but do I see any mugs? Like
You see a
any
number
mugs?
of mugs. You see
number
number
of
one, number one boss. You see my
Boy, I hate Mondays.
Boy, I hate Mondays. Life's a beach. What's some other ones? Just the ones that burn me whenever I see them in an office.
Hang in there. It's
Hang in there. Best grandmama or something, but it's a guy that has it, right? Because he's the funny one of the office.
Got it.
Like crossed out with red pen.
Right. That's so the only mugs that you see.
Well, I kind of continue going past the cubicles, trying to see if there's like a manager's office.
Most of these goblins pay you no mind as they continue about their respective duties. You eventually find that there is a door to an office far inside.
Is there placard, name, boss,
Yes.
manager?
It says Mr. Blick, manager.
I just knock on the door.
Yes. Can I help you?
I open it slowly. Hello, just making an inquiry, man.
Okay, you open the door to see a very large goblin.
Oh God!
They are quite enormous, quite rotund. They are still dressed in business casual with a black tie, white button up, and you find that they are even though they're so big, they're also kind of short. It's like more wide than tall. And you find that this goblin has a wispy pencil mustache, large bulbous eyes that are greatly far apart on either side of his balding head, and he is dressed again in a simple white button up with a tie. Oh, the thing you do notice about him is that the tie he is wearing has pineapples upon it.
Oh, I like the time, man.
Can I help you?
Just actually, what are the offices here for? I'm wondering what services you provide.
This is for Sticky Green Fingers LLC.
What type of services?
We steal things.
Oh,
Sticky fingers. He raises his hands and does a little dance with his fingers in front of you. Sticky green fingers.
did you guys get hired for the recent event? The one that Cactus Carl was doing?
That's client confidentiality. I can't say anything. Do you have anything you need stolen, or are you just here to... I mean, we don't really hire outside of the company. We're kind of in a hiring freeze right now. So, kind of promoting internally, trying to get our guys to go further up the ladder.
Got it. How much did you?
PTSD, man.
How much did you charge for the per item stolen?
Oh, what was the standard thief rate? Oh, couple of gems, gold.
Does the price go up if the item's magical?
We don't really have a plan for that. We just steal what we're told to steal. We haven't really itemized something like that before.
Got it. So when he asked you to steal the magic items, how long did it,
Again, this is client confidentiality. I can't
No.
go into this with you.
I mean, if we're gonna hire you, we want to at least know how efficient you guys are.
I mean, that's fair, but what do you want us to steal? I need to know what needs.
Well, it's a mug.
You need to steal a mug?
It's a special mug.
Okay. He takes out a pencil and pad of paper and starts writing up. A special mug. All right.
It's down here somewhere.
It's down here somewhere.
They're gonna have to find it.
Okay.
The thing about this mug,
Yeah.
and quickly above table, it's cold always, right?
The Everchill mug. Yeah.
Everchill.
At least you're given some brief explanation, but yeah, the Everchill mug is always cold. Special mug somewhere down here. Yes.
It's always cold.
Always cold.
It's not a
Okay,
cake.
Not a well, of course not. I mean, why would it? It's a
It's
mug.
just
Okay. Noting. Not a cake. I've underlined it twice, too, just so that I don't forget.
perfect.
Right. Good.
And he looks at
Li-
Rad and
Listen, I love a cake as much as the next person, but I'm not gonna eat a mug. And if I know,
I was just saying.
I'd try to cut it at least first. No, I wouldn't just gobble the whole thing up.
I mean, that's what you think, right?
I mean, that's just common sense.
Get a gobble.
Hear Bob off of the distance. It look real. Yeah. Contact information. Once you find it, do I come back here? Or do I? How much is this going to cost? That's also why I want to know. Like, if it's out of my
Oh,
price range.
I mean, yeah, it's gonna cost at least 2 gems, maybe some gold,
Oh,
unless you got
well.
something else to offer.
When you steal an item, do you give it right to the client who pays for it, or
Sorry, what? We steal an item, do we give it to the client or
yeah? So you're hired to steal something.
right?
Do you bring it straight to the client, or do they have separate demands like go dispose of it
I
somewhere or
mean,
something?
there's a comment section, and they usually tell us what they want us to do with it. I mean, either give it to them, give it to a loved one, throw it into a pit. You know, it's up to them. We just steal it. We don't do what we don't care what happens afterwards. That's their business.
Above table, did we see anything else down here, like any other stairs going other places in this office complex or anything?
I don't believe so.
I mean, your jet like the. I don't have gems. We could go and get some. At least I know your pricing now.
Yeah.
I know you can't give out your client details,
Oh,
but how busy? How busy are you guys? So you guys constantly stealing things from people?
always got to get those numbers up. I don't know all the numbers. I just know the numbers have to go up. So I get the numbers to go up by stealing.
I yeah,
I just want to
got
make
this.
sure you remember the name of business.
Mm,
Dance
mm.
fingers in front of your face again.
Is there anybody
Oh,
who goes to drop things off instead of steal
I mean, again, if they put something in the comments section saying they want to do something with the item,
Are those files stored anywhere?
yeah, we safely store all files.
How
Why?
safe is it?
Oh, it's exceedingly safe. It's in my office here. No one wants to come to me, deal with that. That's fine. So it's locked up every night. No worries.
Just want to make sure that someone else couldn't come by and, for some reason, look at client information.
Oh, no chance of that.
so who owns Sticky Fingers LLC?
I don't really know. I just work here.
it? So who's your
Roll
boss?
insight. That's-
Yeah.
Shows insight. I would say you get the impression that with the bags under his eyes, he really doesn't know. He's just kind of he works here.
I feel it, man.
It's a living,
Oh.
says as he just gives a small little shrug.
I mean, what else do we want to ask this guy?
How willing are you to give up a piece of paper of client information?
That's what
Let's say a trade.
that's just unprofessional. Why would I trade clients' information?
I would say you're trading a piece of paper for something that I have.
You want to get me fired? I mean, I can't do that.
Who's gonna fire you?
The people upstairs.
Who? Who? It
I don't
seems like you
know
don't
who they
know.
are, but they're always saying to crunch the numbers, and I don't want to end up getting shut down by the bank.
Mr. Skint.
Well, I mean the bank, not Mr. Skint.
You know Mr. Skint?
I mean, he's a businessman, does business. We're business
N-
goblins. We do business.
but not your boss, though.
No, he's not my boss.
Is he a client?
That's client confidentiality. I don't know how many times. Is this a test? Are you guys with Eternal Affairs?
Yes.
We are, and you passed. Congratulations.
Ah, thank God.
Now, if you
Okay.
could just show us where the files are so we can make sure they're very securely stored.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. You almost got me with that one.
Uh,
They're stored here. What do you- wait, do you need any more information? I mean, we're going back and forth here.
Okay, so being in the
Okay.
Undermall, is there a way to get to the other sections of?
Yeah. I mean, there's tunnels, vents. I mean,
Ever
you gotta
seen
be short to do that.
Can we
you
squeeze
seen
through if we're? Nope. Sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Red.
have you seen a room that's got a bunch of slime or goo in it
I mean, I'm assuming that's in the food court.
underneath it?
Oh, I don't want to go. I don't want to go underneath that.
What's the direction to it?
The direction to it. You
Yeah.
want to go to the stink pile? That's
I
where you want
mean,
to go.
you don't let us ask us your business.
I mean, okay, fair enough. You want to go rifle and shit, literally. You certainly can. I'm not gonna judge. I mean, I'm gonna judge you a
Sounds
little
like
when
it
you
sounds like
leave.
you're judging.
No,
Sounds
yeah,
like you're
well,
judging a little.
I'm gonna judge you a little, especially when you leave. You are gonna be the talk of the office afterwards. The
Uh,
three shit wizards.
You
that
you
came
know
in
what?
here.
You know what? I think I want the notes that you wrote on the item I wanted to have you guys steal back. I don't want you to look at that anymore because I'm not going to use your services. So you can't have my info written down.
I mean, I could just okay. So he just takes it, pulls it out, just chucks it away. I don't know how that was a big bargaining chip
You
there.
chased a paying customer away, dude.
Yeah, you could see me weeping openly.
Dead-eyed corpse.
However, will I survive? How will I recover?
Just stone face,
From
just like
some stone skate wizard coming down in here demanding business.
you're getting pretty judgy, man.
It's it's Monday.
Oh, it is, isn't it? Yeah. Well,
All right.
do we want to ask him anything else before we go digging Bob's goo?
Not that I can think of.
No.
All right.
You have a
well,
business card?
Yes, I have a business card. And he reaches out and his fat fingers grab a little tiny piece of a business card and he just hands it to you. It says
Thanks.
Mr. Blick, Sticky Green Fingers LLC.
Is it embossed or anything?
It is embossed. It is a fancy card.
Ooh. Alright. Handle it with
Funny.
care. For flavor.
Yeah,
Does
okay.
that count as
Go
one of
ahead
my
and walk
items?
I'm not going to count that as an item. It's a
I appreciate that.
the singular business card, an entire slot. That's not going to count.
I
Wear it on my belt?
skate out.
Just skate out of his office. All right.
With a humph.
All right. Adios. See you later. As you enter back into the Sending Stone area, the calls continue as the goblins carry about their business.
I eavesdrop to see if I catch any specific conversation while I'm leaving. Like, yes, we don't know what happened to this magical item. Anything like that. Do I hear any phrases on my way out the word? Any key phrases?
You hear a lot of key phrases. Synergy being one of them.
Got it.
APIs, another one.
Oh, gotta keep those APIs up. Are they talking to management?
KPIs as well.
Oh, KPIs. Those KPIs, yes.
APIs, KPIs. All them.
Any
TPS reports.
Any warranties being renewed?
Oh yeah, warranties are being renewed. My God, man, it is a pure business numbers.
I can feel my soul leaving my body, so I kind of start to go away.
Okay.
I don't care unless they talk about TPS reports.
There's one that briefly talks about TPS reports, but they stop because they stopped. And they miss them. And they miss them as well.
They miss them.
Yeah. They missed TPS reports. It was their rhythm. It was the way that they got through the end of the day from 3 to 4. All right, you are out of where are you going now?
In the
food
direction-
court, under food court.
Under the food court. Okay. As you're journeying through the under basement, we'll say that, or the Undermall, it takes a moment to find a few offshooting hallways that go further in, like essentially access tunnels, right, to go through different parts of the mall. This is going to require a roll, I would think, because you're navigating an area as you're skating to try to figure out where.
This be a will danger roll?
I
Perception?
think this would be a will danger roll. So whoever would like to will danger roll to figure out how to navigate the Undermall.
I am a +1.
I'm a +0, so
I'm a 0 as well.
look at you. You got the best.
Up to you,
Congrats.
Jugo.
All right, so
Jugo.
I've seen something like this before. Let me see. And then that is a 9 total.
9 total. It takes some time. You are unable to find your way directly to the food court right away. You are still lost in that of the Undermall.
Man, I thought I could have sworn I was seeing some goo. Do one of you guys want to do a roll?
Yeah, let me see what I can see here. And
10? Okay. After a moment, Rad, you get your board and you start going ahead of Jugo. As you begin to notice the distinctive smell, not of shit, but kind of the remnant, latent smell of fried grease, right? You can recognize that as like fryer grease, right? You start to get a hankering for deep fried foods and French fries and all the various things that go into a fryer, chicken nuggets, chicken tenders, that kind of thing. You're going further and further, and you turn a left, and you're able to find your way into what looks to be a kind of a small alcove. It's a bit dark in here. There's not really much that you can see. The floor is wet, and there are several grates upon the floor. Looks to be that it's raining.
And it's dark.
Dark.
Does anybody have any torch things?
I do. I think I do. Yes, I
Alright,
have a
that's
torch
right.
and tinder.
Okay.
Got it.
It's not like flammable in here. Things not like the.
The only thing that you are able to notice in the dark right now is that the floor is wet. There are gratings upon the floor that probably allow for drainage, and that's all you can see.
Okay. Yeah. Let's get some light.
I take out the tinder box and light the torch. Torch, I imagine, has just like almost like a polished wood. It's kind of spiraling up around the main piece there for the fuel.
As you light up your torch, Rad, the interior area of this drainage alcove lights up, and you're able to see your head craning up. As your head cranes up, you're seeing a large green mass just right above you. And what's even stranger is that in this green mass, you see dozens upon dozens upon dozens of different items. Partially digested things such as you see like bits of leather, armor pieces, swords, axes, arrows, other things too, like little trinkets, vases, bowls, spoons, forks, that kind of thing. But yeah, there's a multitude of items that are in a green mass upon the ceiling.
Is there any on the ground or in the in the grate?
Any green mass?
Sorry, any trinkets, any items that have maybe fallen that are on the ground now that we can see around the area, or if I looked into the grate, if there's anything in there.
Sure. So you look down into the grate, and you're able to see a small amount of items. Things that obviously could fall through the slats in the grates. Your utensils, plates, that kind of thing. As far as armor pieces, it potentially you could maybe deduce that it's just because of how big they are, that it's just taking more time to pass right now.
Do we see a mug
See a mug. So
that I'm guessing would be for some reason like solidifying wherever it's at?
Because
Take
it's
out
like
So-
cold around it.
So the ceiling is about 20 feet up, fairly high. You're not able to see anything in particular down.
Do we have a way to?
Rope of ever climbing.
Huh. I guess. But how do we get it up there? I mean, you could shoot it up there, but wait. Didn't somebody have? No.
I have hemp rope.
We can't really ramp our way up there.
I guess I call out to Bob.
All right.
Does he come down and just hang from the ceiling?
So do you just say Bob once, or do you just keep calling out
What was his name?
Bob,
Full name.
Bob.
Bob the Blob?
Blob. Bob the Blob.
Yeah, I call out, hey Bob the Blob.
Yeah, you call multiple times. You hear, and you see the mass jiggle a little bit, but you hear like kind of a muffled voice that you can barely make out. It's going like,
Hey, Bob, if you can hear me, could you look for that mug that we were looking for before? Anyone get that?
Yeah, kind of. I'm kind of zoning out. It was like a.
Oh, yeah, exactly. That's what I got too.
Bob, where do you jiggle the part that feels the coldest?
jiggle the part that feels the coldest. I wasn't expecting this to turn fully after hours. Okay, as you say that, you hear above as it jiggles slightly.
Oh, someone's ordering food from Bob. Come on. Who's ordering food now?
What?
What was that?
He's in a food court. He's obvious. People are obviously ordering food.
He's taking orders. Oh man. Well, how did we want to? How big is a magical ramp about the size of a park bench? Yeah, it's not going to be anywhere near 20 feet.
You guys can multicast too.
Yeah.
Because I want to try to maybe ramp up high enough to get the ever climbing rope into there, so I can maybe go up into.
Digestive though.
Yeah, it is. He did say wait a day or two. We know where it is.
We didn't.
Oh yeah, I suppose we know where it's gonna drop.
Yeah. I guess we sit here and wait for it to drop.
I don't think this is a safe zone.
The shit room.
We could listen to some slammin' jammin' songs of the 90s.
Maybe that'll help him pass it, you know?
His booty's shaking a little bit, you know?
To be fair, I do have my boombox in my bathroom. When I really need to let one loose, I crank the 90s. So that Bye 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 is reverberating off of the fucking tiles.
I mean, I wonder. He could feel the vibrations of the music.
What do you...
No.
Me, what are you insinuating?
Like, if the vibrations of the music could cause some of the items to shift and fall out.
Are you trying to suggest, as a suppository, the Sweet Jams boombox?
No.
Okay.
No.
I mean, I was going to give you maybe something out of that, but
What do you guys think? What do you guys think?
I've given you the choice in my cloak that is frayed at the ends of just yes.
What do you
box up the slime?
They've had enough bad ideas out of Jugo today. What do you guys think?
What bad idea have you come up with?
I don't know. That seems like one of them.
You don't know unless you try.
Jamming a boombox full slime's ass.
And then
Perfect.
Play.
Rob, you're gonna feel a little discomfort.
But it's gonna be groovy.
Okay.
Are we doing that?
I have no idea.
Why not?
Because
several things might.
Maybe ask or deciding, like, as a proctologist wizard, foregoing your skate wizard origins.
We know where the room is. Let's. Do we want to rest one more day and come back and see if it has fallen? Because he did say a couple of days, and that would be the second day.
We could check out some of the other spots, like the parking lot or something, in the meantime.
Okay.
I mean, I guess we could go out there, but what's the point?
Well, this is
what we need is a cup.
Like, we do need the cup, but we got to wait for it to pass. So that'll pass time.
Tricks in the meantime. Did you want to skate open flat ground, bro?
Is the slam and jam and songs of the 90s magical in some way?
I mean, to some, music is magical, but no.
I was going to say we could use that
Good
as
answer.
an item.
Yeah, I mean, we know where the room is. We could just wait another day for it to pass and go check out the parking lot.
Okay, let's do that then.
Okay. So you leave that of the drainage alcove. Where are you going?
Parking lot?
The parking lot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
All
just
right.
thinking of other notable places, you might as well check out everything available.
Okay. You are able to find your way out of the Undermall fairly easily because you're able to find your way to this drainage alcove. Ascending back upstairs, you go outside, passing by several other skate wizards that are actually in the parking lot. You see that there is a woman with she's dressed in shorts, sandals, has a head of large frizzy hair, and a t-shirt that says "On That Grind," which is a picture of a coffee mug grinding on a rail. You can see that she is on top of what appears to be similar to a lookout post for, a lifeguard, and she is on top of it looking through a pair of binoculars.
You looking out at the parking lot?
Yes, she's looking out at the parking lot.
Can I come up and ask, hey, what are you looking for?
Oh, hi. I'm Lookout Lucy. Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you too. What are you doing?
Looking at the pothole.
The pothole? There's only one?
Well, it's the only one that matters. And she points, and as you see where she points, you see there is a large hole in the ground that is easily maybe 50 feet across.
I guess why does it matter?
Give it a minute.
I wait a minute and just now stare at the pothole with her.
Give it a minute.
There! And then as she says that, there's a gout of fire that comes out of the pothole that's easily about 150 feet in the air, and then it just goes right back down again.
There she is.
How
What?
often does that happen?
Happens about 3 times a day. Morning, noon, and evening.
Guess why look at the pothole?
Mm,
For a gout of fire.
it's cool looking.
Nothing else around here that's cool.
I mean, there's the 3 station wagons over there, and that's about it.
What's so cool about the 3 station wagons?
Well, there's 3 of them in a row. Like that's amazing when you
That
really
is
think about it.
pretty. That is pretty cool. Wow.
In a row
You really got to think about it, I guess.
in this day and age. They stayed there all these years. 3 station wagons.
3 different station wagons too. Wow.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, obviously. I mean, it's not like they're breeding or anything.
What's the mama station wagon?
Are you Lucy Lookout? You said.
Lookout Lucy.
Are you? Is that your job, or is that just what you call yourself?
That's what they call me.
How long you been watching the pothole, Lucy?
Few months or so. I mean, I just do it. Nice. Easy to pass the time.
Seen any weird characters hanging around the pothole?
No, I mean, some wizards like to jump over it right before a flame kicks off, But, no, nothing like that. And stranger than that, I mean.
Any of them
It's called-
fall in?
Few.
Did they make it back out?
Some of them came out. Some of them dressed with, dressed like security guards. Some of them dressed, carrying a razor scooter.
Oh, posers. Poor bastards.
What's that mug you got there?
Hmm?
That mug you got.
Mug? Oh, you mean on my shirt, my t-shirt.
Oh, it's a t-shirt of a mug?
Yes, a t-shirt that says "On That Grind," which is a picture of a coffee mug grinding on a rail.
What the fuck? Okay.
What's causing the fire? Is it a bean, or is it gas, or?
No idea. Just knows it happens 3 times a day. Morning, noon, and evening.
Guess they haven't come to patch it.
I don't know, because it's cool.
Who would come and patch that?
I'd like to go walk over and check out that hole.
Sure. You look down into the giant pothole, more akin to a gaping maw, as you see nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
Well, that's the last of my list of cool places. What else is there to see in this mall?
We gotta go look at the 3 station wagons together for some reason.
Oh, okay,
That's-
yeah, sure.
That's cool too.
All right.
We
Don't
go right
forget-
up next to the station wagon.
Yeah, 3 station wagons, all in rusted form, but they are still there.
Oh,
there any-
would you look at that?
3 station
Three.
wagons.
3 station wagons. Count them out. 1, 2, 3. They're right there.
In a row.
In a row.
Well.
I'm bored now. We should go back and wait for that mug.
We can
All
go-
right.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
We
Unless
never
you
did find a.
anything else.
Was there a suppository in the station wagon? No.
Oh, hey, Lucy, where can we get some of that coffee? It looks good.
Oh, well, I've got some myself, actually, in this.
And she takes out a thermos, rather large thermos.
What? I have a boar's tusk. Would you take that in trade?
Sure. Yeah, I could take a boar's tusk. I don't know what I'd use it for, but yeah, I'll take it.
All right. She fishes out the boar tusk, or he fishes out the boar tusk and hands it.
All right, here's some coffee. Just make sure you bring back the thermos, please.
You got it. Do you know what this is? Start shaking the
Yeah.
thermos.
I
It's a
think I
diuretic.
smell what you're Oh. I was
Oh.
thinking caffeine.
No, it's a diuretic.
I know.
Makes you shit.
Ah,
Shit.
let's go to Bob. Give it
Let's
to
go.
him. He needs-
That
We
wasn't
gotta-
he needs
straight.
some help.
That wasn't straightforward enough. Could you please tell me in plain English what coffee does?
So when mommies and daddies drink the bean water,
They
The
shit.
bean.
they shit,
The hot bean soup.
shit in the street.
See, the thing is, I don't like that you said when the mommies and daddies have the hot view. It gives me the inclination that they go together, which I don't want any part of a relationship like that, to be perfectly
Oh, you
honest.
don't want to go to the Toodaloos or whatever you
No,
say?
I
They
don't.
use.
I don't want the synced colons. That's a part of my relationship. I don't think that's ever something I want to be. Hey, what would you have in common? Synced colon. All right.
Nope.
With your yeah, you're going yeah. Reel it back.
Let's deliver some. Let's deliver
Fight the
some
darkness.
coffee.
All right, you take the coffee thermos and you bring it to Bob the Blob in the food court.
Let's make sure we don't
Yeah.
lose the thermos.
Are there any like stands with like cups? I guess because I don't want to lose her
Yeah, there's
thermos. To Bob.
several like paper cups, like water cups, right?
I would say I'd pour the coffee into the thermos, or sorry, the coffee into the paper cups, and approach the.
You have a total. Do you pour all in one, or do you just keep pouring until it's all like? What do you? You're just pouring it.
Yeah, I want to pour all the coffee I can into as many fill as
You-
many cups as I can for this stuff.
So these are
And
small.
I'll help
paper-
carry.
These are small.
I'll help
paper
carry some.
cups. So
Why
you've got
don't we just pour
have-
it into him?
Yeah, I was about to say, are you going?
Oh.
Here's the thing, because now that we have given, are you going to pour into 16 cups? Because that's what it's going to be, 16 cups of coffee.
No,
No.
that doesn't seem like a good idea.
I think it's hilarious to see you guys try to take 16 cups of coffee all the way to him, but sure.
That should be a problem. We just put it on the board. Line them up.
Oh God! Open up,
Just
Bob. We're just
Have
gonna
him do
pour
a
it in.
rail drink off the board.
Well, he could just take the cups too. You just
He-
pour the whole board on him.
We're just gonna make sure that he can he'll just.
We are in some way dispensing. Hey, Bob!
Bob, we got
Bob the
we
Blob,
got you-
welcome to Bodasia's Best. What can I get for you today?
It's us, Bob. I guess you see a bunch of customers on the daily. I got the burrito.
That narrows it down.
Oh God.
There's down to one of 4 restaurants.
I didn't find a suppository, but we found a diuretic. You ready to shit, Bob?
Buy a guy a drink first? I mean,
Gee,
We're g-
as it happens. Shit's the thermos.
As it happens.
It is a drink.
All right.
you sure it's gonna work? I mean,
No,
No,
but it's worth a try.
Okay.
And he opens his mouth much wider than he probably should be able to, but he's a giant slime. And you pour the coffee in.
How do you feel?
Cream and sugar.
Do we have any? We don't have any.
Have any what?
Cream and sugar.
He
No.
it looks around where the cups were. Are they like the communal creamer and sugar, like little sugar fat packets, like the little Splenda, anything like that around?
Yeah, there's plenty of that there.
Okay, I kind of start into the cup, so I fill it up halfway with sugar. And, okay, all right, Bob. Here we go, and I come up with like a half of that 1 ounce cup of sugar.
Sure. You pour it down. He pushes it from side to side in his mouth to stir up the amount of coffee and swallows.
So does this happen like right away, or what is?
That's a good question.
I
Let us know.
I don't feel we're at that level of a relationship yet, but okay.
Do you feel any different, Bob?
I had coffee. That's about it. We'll let you know.
I guess this is as good a place as any to wait for him to have some to have.
Could be
Okay. Are you spending the night here to wait for him to
Oh,
go?
Yeah.
I'm losing my mind. What is happening?
I'm surprised there's not a lot of skating here, but
No. We're skating from point A to point B.
What is happening?
you all right? So you take a moment to. We're going mad. We're going mad here.
What is?
We have been playing for.
I'm sorry. We're. So you retire. You retire to. I'm still seeing your face laugh. You retire to recuperate in the food court amongst the ferns and the plastic lunch tables. You wake up in the morning. You're able to get new spells if you'd like. As you wake in the morning, you see that there is a single green ooze tentacle just waving, just in the middle of the area, just kind of beckoning for you to come over.
A tentacle beckoning. Definitely needed to go over there.
Okay. Immediately get on my board and skate over to Bob. You doing okay, man?
I'm doing alright, I suppose.
Oh, Bob.
You lean over the counter and you see that the Bob has receded and he's much smaller than he was previous day.
Hey, Bob.
I think I passed a lot of stuff. I'm not sure.
Coffee really did a number on you, Bob.
Wow.
How you feeling? Got higher vertical?
I mean, I feel clean. I feel clean.
Cleansing.
Wonderful. You don't feel everything feels okay though, right?
Yes.
I'd say that Jugo is actually kind of trying to hold back laughter a little bit.
Oh God. Yeah. Yeah. So Bob is just rescinded down. Well, yeah. He is informed you that he believes he has passed.
Okay. Well,
Is there an easier way down to the lower levels?
I mean, you could potentially go down where there's the exit downstairs. But I mean, you'd have to be pretty small to go where I was, I suppose.
well, I think we can. We have another route that we can take.
Sure.
All right, let's go back down that route.
I'm never having coffee again.
I mean, unless it gets bad enough to where you need it. We talked to Lookout Lucy. So, yeah.
I don't know who that is, but she's got some strong stuff.
Oh, well, I hope I'm glad you feel clean, man. It's a cleansing feeling.
Yep.
Bye, Bob.
I'm gonna go lie down.
You do that, Bob.
You go down into the Undermall. It doesn't take long for you to find your way back to the drainage alcove. Arriving at the drainage alcove, you see the evidence of what has occurred here. There are mountains of armor, of plate, of weapons and bows, arrows, and trinkets that are just on the ground.
Starts digging for something cold like the mug, and then start trying to find it.
Give me a danger roll, Will.
That is a 10 total.
Does not take you long. As you sift through that of the armor and the various other bits, you feel a sudden sharp, cold jab to your fingers. And you're able to see, as you push away various bits of armor, the ever
Whew. That's all 3 dudes.
Dude,
Sweet. You
All
think
right.
any of that armor would fit us?
You want it from Bob?
I mean, it's
I
free.
guess not waste, not want not. Huh?
you want it from Bob. He's holding a mug right now. And you ask if you want it from Bob.
I'm losing my mind, okay? Give me a second.
I'll give you a
You
second.
mentioned a
can
bow and
find it.
arrow. Are there any bows that are in good condition?
Give me a danger roll, Will.
Wait, that's 0 for Will. 7.
7. You do not find it.
Well, Lord the shit.
I will do the same thing.
I'm maxed out at 4, so
All right.
let's get all this stuff over to Cactus Carl, and he'll be happy
Captain
to see all this.
Cactus Carl's
Crisis will be averted from this.
Before we do that, I would like to return the mug to Lookout Lucy just to make sure if anything else goes down, at least she's got her mug.
Okay.
Sure. You're very easily able to go and bring back the mug to Lookout Lucy, who thanks you for the orb tusk once again and tucks away the thermos. Her binoculars resuming back to their natural place setting of between her or on top of her nose. Because that's where binoculars normally go. I'm going mad. I feel like we're all going mad.
Yes, we are.
Apologies. Okay, so you find Cactus Carl near the podium on the main stage. He is leaning over. He's just idly pushing the skateboard with his foot every so often, not really paying attention to anything. As he looks up to you and he removes his sunglasses.
So did you find everything, or what did you get? Did you get them? Did you get them?
Come on, dude. We
got
all.
him.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Great. Wonderful. Yeah, could you just put them on the table and we could get started with the Kai games then?
Go ahead and place down the Everchill mug, Sword of Life.
Okay, you place all the items down on the table, and he goes up to the podium, immediately shouts into it, bringing the mic way too close to his mouth as he begins to shout, like,
Okay, we are back on track. Thanks to these 3 lovely skate wizards. The rest of you, I was kind of surprised none of you came up to ask me what was going wrong. Bit insensitive, I guess, but hey, that's how it works in this post-apocalyptic world, but that's fine. But yeah, the Kai games are back on. We go be able to compete, select a team, and we can keep them all. Fuck you, Chad Skint.
Ooh, yo, that's right.
the rest of the skate wizards all just give a ooh and then a cheer as they are able to resume that of the Kai games. They begin getting on their skateboards and going to the respective areas outside, inside to prepare for the Kai games. Cactus Carl looks back to your group and gives an appreciative nod and asks,
So, what do I call you guys? Are you just the skate wizards, or what are you? What are you?
Oh, let's roll for it.
Oh no, we got the name.
Oh,
We came up with the band name.
oh, yeah, Hawk and the what was it called?
Hawk and the Red. What's your name?
Jugo.
Hawk and the Red Jugos.
Hawk and the Rad Jugos. I owe you so much. You guys are bodacious. Rad.
Yo,
Oh,
let's go. I've always wanted to be bodacious, man. Kind of comes up to give him like one of those.
Yeah,
the
bro class.
manly.
Yeah.
he meets
Class.
it. Give me give me a strength danger roll.
Really? Oh,
Nope.
no.
You're high five on a cactus, man.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, yeah, 9.
Nope. You take one
No!
point of damage as you high five and realize I have just high fived a cactus.
Worth it. Oh.
Yeah, worth it. Worth it. Anyone else want one?
We're good.
No, thank you.
Great. All right, let's begin the Kai games.
And that's right. So yeah, that was Skate Wizards. I really hope I didn't really screw that up because I wanted to do it just. It seemed like a fun game, and it really is.
Oh yeah.
I think it's a game, honestly, that I think I mentioned this at the beginning that you literally just can't pick this up and just start playing with people. It is not super rules intensive. There's enough of a structure here, I feel, to kind of guide you a bit. But I really just dig how zany this can get. Um, Part of that is my own stupid attempts of making a world because I didn't want to do, as I said, the mini dungeons that are in here because this is already fairly cheap. There is no sense in no one going out to not get this. This is just great, and I don't want to just spoil what's in the mini adventure. Um, but yeah, thoughts, people. How did we feel about Skate Wizards?
Instantly, it was just a fun breath of fresh air to do something that's slightly different. Well, not slightly, just different from D&D, but yet just a fun flavor, a fun version of it. My stomach hurts from laughing. If that's any indicator.
Okay.
Yeah. When you're not bogged down by as many rules, sometimes you kind of flounder, you feel lost almost because you're like, what can I grab onto? But it opens up the floor for you to be able to come up with scenarios or actions that you might not have been able to in another system, which is what kind of makes this a lot more rewarding and satisfying from uh, a narrative perspective, I
Mm.
guess.
Yeah, I would say it's very interesting because it's very much you have to work with what you got essentially, and it changes all the time. You don't just have one character. It seems like you have every single day it's a new character you're playing with.
Right, with the spells and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely have to say that the creativeness that we can work with the spell with the rando spells is actually a really cool system to try to take what we rolled and just quite literally just go with the flow.
Mhm.
Just the sketchy tree that got the rope of ever climbing to stop and actually connect to something was genius. Just it's a really cool feature, I think.
Well, I mean, it's not just that too. I mean, it was using mattresses to just pummel a boar into a wall.
Yeah, so that's one of the things that I've wanted to explore with this a bit more, and I think I mentioned this in the past couple of podcasts or episodes, is that there are a lot of narrative-based TTRPG games that some of them I didn't really want to get into because they are super rules light, like super rules light, to the point of where I got bogged down. I was happy to see that there was actually a movement in this because that's not normally something you see mostly in narrative-based TTRPGs. That's not to say that that limits things, I think, like people are saying, because, or people not saying, rather, because I feel one thing that's great about these types of games is that it opens up conversation between the DM and the players to really just improv, go with the flow, yes, and essentially just create something that they were not expecting and finding it hilarious and having a good time with it. I was trying to get as much as I could in there. At one point, I was considering of whether or not to try and do one encounter where one of you turned into a poser for a moment. I kind of regret not doing that just to see how people would do it, but at the same time, because the thing about this game also is that you don't die. It's meant purely for as a way for I think casual players to just kind of get into it and have fun with it. You just turn into a poser if you if you go to zero. So, but does anyone else have any lingering thoughts or things as far as the mechanics goes, or how do people feel about the story, or what was it? I suppose.
Oh, the
Uh,
story was perfectly fine. The mechanics, I would say, the pass fail rate is very skewed. If it's 10 essentially for a pass,
yeah,
I feel that that's one too high. Just because the average base number, there's six numbers out of 36,
hmm.
which means you have a pass fail rate of like 30%.
See, you're speaking purely from a mindset of my brain that I am unable to reach into to find. I would agree with that. I found that it was nice having a consistent DC for things because it allowed, I think for me, having just 10 as DC for off the board, because that's what it is. It's just flat
Yeah.
out for the game. Just no matter what it is, DC 10 helps because it does mean that I can actually bend a lot more. So if I go, all right, if they want to do this, they have to beat 10. Well, they beat 10. Cool. Or they didn't beat 10. Okay, they don't get it. But I think I understand what you mean though, as far as like the numbers of how they're orchestrated, as far as you're you're not able to beat 10 as much. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because really there's only 2 6s, a 6 and a 5, which
Mhm.
is 3, and then a 6 and a 4 or a 5 and a 5, which
Yeah.
is 6, 7 more numbers. So you have a third of a chance to win. Now, I'm guessing that gets better the higher you level.
Right, it does. In fact, actually, before we go further in this discussion, I would say that we would do a level up here, just so, and if we ever decide to come back to it, you guys have the ability. Now you are level, you're at a higher level. The thing that the way leveling up works in these types of games, in some of these for these narrative ones, is that they are involved with questions. So the DM will ask the players questions, and that'll determine how much XP you get.
Oh, I
Um,
get you.
So one of them is, did you show up to the game? Which all three of you did, so you get 1 XP. Did you overcome a difficult challenge?
I would say, yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I look at, so there's the toolbox that could have been a difficult challenge. I would say the boars was an interesting challenge to deal with, and then giving him
Figuring
some
out.
coffee.
I was figuring out how to get to each of the magical items.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the overarching challenge of finding the 3 magical items and bringing them back.
Did you recover a magical item?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you guys get 3 XP. So you are now level 2. You get +2 max health and an additional +1 to an ability bonus. It does not
Okay.
specify which one, so you can place that wherever I believe you would like. But later on, when you level up, you get things like, max 2 health, then you can pick between an attack bonus or gain an additional rando spell. And it keeps going like higher and higher depending on when you level up. The max level is actually 7 because at that point, the XP to get to there is like 42. So there are a number of different sessions you can do. And the reason that this one went so long, I feel, for this session was purely because I think I just because of we were still learning it, but it's one of those fun things where like I feel that this actually I keep repeating myself, this is something that literally you could be like, "Want to play Skate Wizards?" Yeah, and then you just pick it up and you just you're like, "Yeah, play Skate Wizards the evening," and then that's it. As opposed to like D&D or Pathfinder, some of the more crunchier ones where it can be like up to, you know, even though we are pushing to the 5 hour mark potentially, but the other ones can push for 5 hours. But if you knew what you're doing, like, know what we're doing, having fun.
Yeah, but I mean, even like with other sessions that we've done, where, like you said, a crunchier one, a D&D session, we'll spend 5 hours on something, and in reality,
Done.
we went from one place to another place, and that was it. We
Right.
fought one group and talked to a lot of people and learned a lot of information. That was pretty much it.
Yeah, that's one thing I kind of liked about this is that it's you can make it simple enough to just quickly do 1 or 2 sessions or run
Right.
items and stuff.
Yeah.
Any other lingering thoughts? Character decisions or story beats or things that you feel
Just that it was a blast and it made me laugh.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
But
I think with a basis like this, it makes it easier to be goofier.
oh yeah.
I mean, with
Absolutely.
the skate trick names are all over the place.
Oh my god.
Well, and it kind of felt like during the first fight, there was this period of like towards the very beginning where like, I slap it, I don't know what else to do. But then we started incorporating the tricks and we started to loosen up a little bit. And then you realize how open the world and the concepts of it really are once
Right.
you're kind of just doing it on the fly.
Yeah.
You know?
I hope that I provided enough structure to it based off the rules set. If anyone is listening
Oh
this and
yeah.
they feel I haven't done it justice, I mean, this is our own playthrough. You can play it how you would like. Speaking of which, again, if you would like to play Skate Wizards, it is remarkably cheap for the amount of fun that it is. You can find it via you literally if you just Google Skate Wizards, you probably find it. Weirdly enough, though, I went to YouTube to see if there were any other like live plays of Skate Wizards. for the first couple of videos, it shows videos talking about skate wizards, but then it goes into there's actually a terminology for people that rollerblade that call it wizard skating or skate wizards. It's like, okay, I didn't know that. But essentially, so Skate Wizards again was designed by Levi Nunez, who is the artist from Loot the Body. I'd recommend checking out their music as well. I've listened to a few of their songs, and I think we listened to a few songs actually before I started this. So if that strikes your fancy, check them out. Songs about TTRPGs and everything like that. Then Michael Hsiung, who did a lot of the illustrations for the book. I would recommend checking him out too. I really enjoyed the art style. I would
So cool.
love to have some of these as like a poster or something like that. I really jammed with these. Also, so if you haven't listened to any of the previous arcs, please feel free to check back in Plaguelands or Skate Wizards. As far as next time goes, we'll have to figure out what next time is going to be. I want to keep maybe some things a secret as I kind of delve into a few other systems, and it might be a situation where, depending on how people feel, we might delve into another arc again. Uh, as we continue to do episodes, this will be open up to the public more to kind of vote potentially of what arcs we will play or what systems we might play in the future. So just be aware of that going forward. Another thing to be aware of too is that you can find us on Instagram at Tables and Fables Pod. You can also find us at Blue Sky at tablesandfablespod.bsky.social, and also, of course, the official website for the host of the podcast at www.tablesandfablespod.com. And if you did enjoy this podcast, be sure to give it a rating. 5 stars would be nice if you find it hilarious or anything like that, or a review. That also would be helpful. It helps us grow, helps us get more out there. And you can also follow us on Spotify. Still having some issues, I think, right now with Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts. Not sure what's going on with that, but at least we're on Spotify for the time being. Does anyone else have anything they'd like to say?
Try this game. It's going to be a blast. You'll all enjoy
Mhm.
it. If you all, yeah, if you all like tabletops and you all like having a good fun time, this one is definitely it.
Yeah, I would also
Yeah.
say it really helps you loosen up as well. Really helps you get creative, especially with the trick names and being able to do stuff that is just wacky.
As I am trying to get back into the habit of doing so whenever I do these things. So, no matter what time it is for you, morning, evening, or night, I hope you're having a good time. Thanks, and we hope that you'll listen to us next time. Goodbye, everybody.
See ya.
Be good.
See ya.
Knob.
Saucy dazzle.
Saucy da.
The
Salty.
salty,
Oh,
snappy
did
flex with a saucy daddle.
Oh, God.
Inverted.
Nutsum. And
Inverted.
there's a
Oh,
couple.
the salty nutsome knob
The
with a lickety schmooze.